Hello, hello, hello. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000. As per usual, we are back with another installment of UFC Fight Night picks and predictions. But first, or actually, let me scratch back. But this week it is UFC Macau or Fight Night Macau. With the main event being Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo or Figgy. But first, we must start with the previous week's, I guess 2 weeks ago, Fight Night event. Didn't do too hot, 6 out of 13, less than 50%. But let's just go through it real quick. Got Kalari right, thankfully, but she won by submission. I thought she was going to win by decision. So kind of went like how I expected it, kind of. Because, going down in weight did really help her way more. Daniel Barras, not good. Made Luis Guerrero look good, which is not a good sign. Elise Adderline, I already knew Poliana Viana was going to lose, so I'm not surprised by that. Andre Petrosky, what are you doing? Make Cody Brundage look good. Not a good sign. Jacqueline Cavalcante got robbed. Tommy Gant, like expected. Tuco Turcos, it happens. Chaos Williams, expected. Bernardo Sopaj, also surprised, expected, but surprised he got a submission. Bukowskis, I don't think I had a Bukowskis. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Bukowskis is not good. That kind of just settled that for me. Wellmaker, see you in the Apex again. Duho Choi actually beat him. And to be honest, this one was not as surprising. I feel like it could have gone either way. I was just picking Daniel Santos just because he was on a streak. But to be fair, so was Duho Choi, and I even picked him when he came back after his 3-year hiatus. So I was a little bit worried because it had been 2 years since he fought, and he's now 35. But yeah, I was a little bit worried because he did look really good against Nate Landwehr and Bill Algeo, but it had been 2 years. You can't blame me on that one. But he looked good against Daniel Santos. It's not something to beat yourself up about. And my boy Melky lost. Maybe he got fast-tracked a little too fast, but he still has plenty of time. It happens. Regardless, let's start with this week's UFC event. So we have 2 Road to UFCs, one tomorrow since I'm recording this Wednesday night. But one tomorrow, and I'll go through each one. I'm just going to rapid fire through the Road to UFC ones. And then I'll kind of cover a little bit more of the main events since those technically do count towards their, what is the word? Record? Yeah, the record. So first off, on tomorrow's or Thursday's Road to UFC, it's going to be starting off as Ruoho Miyaguchi versus Chingrin Kurin. I'm taking Miyaguchi by decision. Not too much else to say aside from the fact that Kurin is, I'm assuming I don't know where this organization's from, but I'm assuming an Indian one. Not too sure what this one is. And then Shudo, we have a Shudo Japanese guy, which is interesting. So I'm taking him by decision. Next fight, Rabindra Dant versus Kimbert Alintozone. Taking Dant by decision. Nothing much to say besides the fact that Dant fought and won. Next fight, Haitao T versus Roy Tajima. Taking Haitao T just because he has a longer streak and not bad losses, to be fair. The records of Tajima's opponents are a little bit questionable. Next fight, Yunosuke Minami versus Kasib Murdoch. I'm taking Murdoch by decision. He's a Hex guy. Hex guys are good. But Minami actually has a good case for getting some upset, maybe like a split decision. I don't really see it happening. But yeah, so I'm taking Murdoch by decision. Next fight, Jin Ao versus Young Jae Song. I'm taking Song by decision. He has KO power. He did fight in Ryzen, which is a good sign. And then Jin had lost previously in the Road to UFC by split decision, so not a bad loss, but not the greatest. But yeah, I'm taking the guy with a little bit more KO power on this one. Next fight, Regizan versus Dagisurin Changan George. I don't know how to pronounce that one. That was really hard. Taking Regizan by decision. Chocolate Boy is winning. This one was a little bit of a toss-up for me. I can see Dagisurin winning. But I think, like, to be fair, if you're looking at the records, both of them look good. 11-1 for Regizan, 10-2 for Dagisurin. I'm only going with Regizan just because some of his opponents have a little bit better record. Dagisurin 50. Actually, I'm taking Dagisurin by decision. Yeah, his opponents' records are a little bit better. And Mongolian fighters aren't bad. Aren't bad. Sorry. So yeah, that's for that one. So I pay flipped. Next fight, Ahijiang versus Aili Noor versus Guan Wu Lim. Taking Lim by decision. Taking the younger guy. He fought in one, or at least fought once and won. So that's a good sign. And then as for Eileen Noor, his opponents don't have the best of records, and then the one guy that did have a decent record, he lost to, so that's not a good sign either. Limb by decision. Next fight, George Mangos versus Yuto Yanagawa. Mangos had fought previously in Dana White Contender Series. I had picked him. He proved me to be wrong. He proved to me that he was not as good as we thought he was. But I'm expecting him to do good because it's a road to UFC. The competition isn't that great, respectfully. So yeah, I'm taking George Mangos KO round 1. Yeah, that's what I have. Nothing else to say about that one. Benji versus Yuri Kayati. Taking Benji just because he's the younger guy. Kayati, 34. Sure, he's still good, but I can't really trust a guy like that. But then I also can't trust a guy like Benji because 2 losses. They're both decisions, so it's not something to beat up yourself about. But he did go pretty far in the road to UFC previously, and I remember his name, so he has a good chance. Then last fight, the main event, Rongju versus Victor Martinez. Taking Rongju by KO round 1. Victor Martinez has not fought in 2 years, and I can't really expect much from him. Not Rongju, Victor Martinez, not a good sign from him, or I guess like activity wise, not a good sign. So yeah, I'm taking Rongju by KO round 1, and that was that. So that's day 1, or I guess Thursday, and then we have Road to UFC Friday, or day 2, and then we'll rapid fire to these as well. Next fight, or I guess the current record for this one, Ryoga Arimoto versus Joseph Larkiense. Taking Larkiense by decision. He's an Eternal guy, good looks, Shudo guy for Arimoto, but not the greatest of records for his opponents. Next fight, Otgon Batar Bold Batar versus Takaya Suzuki. Suzuki picture does not look like he's a killer, but supposedly it's the complete opposite. He only has KOs from what I see. Batar doesn't have the greatest of records from his opponents. That's basically what it really comes down to at the end of the day. It's like, how good are their opponents with records? Because if they're like basically toss-ups and wins for them, then that's not a good sign. They're basically just making them look good. So yeah, that's not a good sign. Next fight, Eros Baluot versus Takeru Uchida. I'm taking Baluot by submission round 2. He's an older guy, but he is a submission guy, and Uchida's loss was by submission. So if this is just gonna be a submission battle, BJJ battle, basically, whoever can submit who. Taking the guy who has a little bit more experience, I'm assuming, because he's 33. Not really much to say about that one. But if he does win, I don't think he goes far just because of height advantage or a height disadvantage. But it could go either way on this one. I can see Uchida winning, but I want to take a shot at Baluot. So yeah, next fight, Jinryu Shioe versus Kaido Oda. I'm taking Jinryu Shioe. I'm definitely butchering that. I could see to some degree a reason for picking Oda. I'm not going with that route, so I'm going with Jinryu Shioe by decision. He did lose twice already in the Road to UFC. It was against Ray Tortura, so it's not really it's kind of understandable. Dong Hun Choi by split decision, so it could have gone his way. So yeah, I'm taking this one. I'm taking Jinryu Shioe. Yeah. Next fight, Machi Fukuda versus Analea Toktogonova. I'm taking Fukuda decision. She's pretty good. I've seen her fight before, once, and I picked her when I do watch like the Ryzen ones. She's good. Fukuda Toktogonova, I don't know too much about her, and then on top of that, she doesn't have like a really active activity, so can't really trust that. Next one, Farida Abdueva versus Xiao Kan Feng. We've seen Xiao Kan Feng before. She lost by head kick KO to Ming Shi, and then she lost again in the Road to UFC to Arisa Matsuda. So it's not, maybe she's not the same anymore. And then she beat somebody at 5-4. Not a good sign. So I'm taking Farida Abdueva by decision. Yeah, that's it. Next fight, Arisa Matsuda versus Bo Meng. Bo Meng, I have seen a lot, and I've heard a lot about her. She is pretty well known, I would say, in WMMA. But that being said, I am taking Matsuda. She has a deep bag of submissions, and she also is wearing a baseball uniform, which is kind of interesting. So, or I guess softball in this case. Taking her by decision. Next fight, Hua Jiang Dong versus Bo Hyun Park. Taking Dong by decision. Park opponents don't have the best records. Same could be said for Dong. Her only loss was to Ming Shi, and that's by split decision. So she's good if she can go to split decision with Ming Shi. So next fight, Shuai Yin versus Namsarai Batbayar. Batbayar, I do remember this name. This name is very familiar to me. So I'm taking him by decision. Simple as that. And he's also I'm pretty sure he's really well known in the not Mongolian specific MMA scene, but he's just like a really well known Mongolian fighter that's on the come up. Yeah. Next fight, and this is the main event, Ming Shi versus Puja Tumar. We've seen most of these fighters before. We know Puja Tumar is not good, so we're taking Ming Shi by KO round 3, maybe round 4. Puja Tumar literally only has one thing that she can do, and that's kick and keep a distance. Teep kick, and that's it. That's literally it. Ming Shi has a little bit more versatility. She may be undersized, but she definitely has reach, and that's all that matters. She can take her down. Once she gets taken down, she can't really do much. Has been proven by Shanna Bannon. So yeah, that's that for that one. So next fight. Now for the Fight Night Macau main event, or not main event, card. It's gonna be with this curtain jerker, Luma Bunmi versus Jacqueline Amorium. So I'm taking Amorium by decision, even though she got completely exposed by Mizuki Inoue. She cheats. But I will say, look, Bunmi does struggle. I would say relatively to some degree bad with anybody who wrestles. Good example being Alexia Tainara, Lupita Godinez, who to some degree doesn't really wrestle, but she does. Angela Hill. So I think it's just really her Thai, Muay Thai that really helps her. Amorium cheats while she fights, so I'm expecting her to fully just take her down and then start cheating to a decision or maybe a submission. As you can see with her 3 submission streak plus her KO win. So yeah, I'm taking it by decision, but could definitely be submission. Next fight, Kang Ji Zhu versus Rodrigo Vera. This one's really close in my opinion. I can see it going either way, especially because I don't really know either fighter. But excuse me, Kang Ji Ju did win the Road to UFC previously. So that doesn't really tell me much, you know. Rodrigo Vera, to some degree, is looking kind of good, but he's Peruvian. The Peruvian MMA scene is in shambles, and Peruvian fighters in general are kind of not bad, but you know they tend to be bad. So I'm taking Vera by decision, but I can definitely see Zhu coming out somehow winning. Next fight, Angela Hill versus Jingnan Jiang. I hope this is not a good look for me. I'm taking Jiang by decision. Angela Hill is just really old now. Her I wouldn't say her prime is past, but she definitely is getting put up against people who are definitely better now. Not saying much else because Jiang is 38, but you know, who knows? She is really good, and she beat Bo Ming, so that's how I know her. Next fight, Ray Tsutsura versus Luis Gurele. Gurele is not good. He only looked good because Daniel Barres is not good. Simple as that. Simple as that. So we're taking a Ray Tsutsura by decision. He's definitely going to just get him on the ground and just hold him there. Jesus Aguilar could have did it a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else to say for that one. Next fight, Rochi Lang. Oh, also rest in peace, my boy Jesus Aguilar. They cut him because he canceled or wasn't able to show up for this fight. Rest in peace, my boy. I wasn't picking him for this fight, sadly, but you know, he had a good run. That was my boy. Shout out Jesus Aguilar. Next fight, Rochi Lang versus Cody Hannon. Cody Hannon by decision. Rochi Lang, kind of like who we know him as, someone who's just very inconsistent. He either wins or he loses. Not very, I guess it's not very definite if he wins, not very definite if he loses. Cody Hannon, on the other hand, is looking pretty good. He has a very good streak going on, and he's still a young guy to some degree. So yeah, expect him to win on that one. Next fight, Meng Ding versus Jose Enrique. This one's 50-50, and it's showing you completely why. Jose Enrique, I want to say, will win this fight just because I've seen him fight at least once before against Yusaku Kinoshita. That's when back in the Dana White Contender Series times 3 years ago. But Meng Ding, I've also seen fight. He didn't do too good. He definitely did not do too good. It's really just who's gonna catch who, and in my opinion, I think Jose Enrique can catch him to some degree, just because he has a longer reach. That's literally all it comes down to. Plus they're welterweights, so yeah. Luis Felipe Diaz next fight. Luis Felipe Diaz versus Yi Sak Lee. I'm taking Luis Felipe Diaz, but yeah, I think this is more pick'ems more than anything. Yeah, Yi Sak Lee can also do pretty good. I want to put it past him. The only thing is Diaz is really inconsistent. And I watched him against Donovan Hedrick. He submitted him, but Donovan Hedrick did not look good at all. But that being said, I do think he'll win just because, as we can see, Sak Lee has been submitted before. Doesn't mean that he hasn't improved, but you know, can't really expect much because the competition is not the same. And you can see his submission offense is good. Defense, we don't know yet. So I'm taking him by submission round 2. Or rather, I'm taking Diaz by submission round 2. Next fight, Alex Perez versus Suma Derji. I'm taking an Alex Perez KO round 2. Alex Perez is not in a slump. Suma Derji, to some degree, not the greatest. He did lose to Matt Schnell. Ever since then, I can never really trust him. Alex Perez, on the other hand, really hit or miss. I think he's really good. He just gets put up against fighters who are significantly better than him. example, Azu, Tatsuro Taira, Mohamed Makayev. And he beats the guys. He's just a gatekeeper. He's a top 5 gatekeeper. That's literally what it comes down to. Like top 5 / like contender, like gatekeeper. He's good, and that's his role. So Baderji is not a contender. So I'm taking Alex Perez to fully beat him by KO round 2. Jake Matthews versus Carlston Harris. Jake Matthews submission round 2. Carlston Harris, I would even say KO round 1. I think Jake Matthews tends to be a little bit slower on the KO streak or KO side. So I'm taking him by KO round, submission round 2. Jake Matthews, he's him. Just sadly lost to Lil Magny, even though he should have won that. So yeah, it happens, but he's getting a toss, a free layup against Carlston Harris. Not to say he's bad, but like, let's just be honest. So yeah, it's gonna be submission round 2. Nothing really else to say about that one. Next fight, Kaya Sakura versus Cameron Smotherman. It's Kaya Sakura KO round 2. I think this is finally a fight that he can win successfully. Cameron Smotherman is not known for his submissions. I mean, he has one, but he's not known for his submissions. Kaya Sakura known for his KO power. Hopefully he can pull something off. If not, please cut him. Plus, he's going up to bantamweight, so I'm assuming his weight cut's gonna be a lot better. Because I don't know if any of you guys saw his like weigh-ins when he went flyweight. He looked like literally a skeleton. Like, he didn't look healthy at all, and I don't know how he made that weight at all. He should have never fought at flyweight. I don't know what made him think, yes, I fight at bantamweight and rising. Let me go drop another 10 pounds or however many kilos, maybe like 5 kilos, more than like I do already currently fight in a division in a organization that's way more competitive. Like, it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't understand why he did that to his career. He looks a lot worse now. But I think this is a good opportunity for him to come back and maybe like go on a run in bantamweight. So we'll see. Next fight, Sergey Pavlovich versus Taliesin Teixeira. I'm taking Taliesin Teixeira by decision. The only thing is, I think Taliesin wins just because of the Alexander Volkov fight. You see, Sergey Pavlovich is ever since the Tom Aspinall fight, he's gone completely against KOing. He's not a KO artist anymore. He used to be. Oh, he definitely used to be. Not anymore. Tom Aspinall literally changed that from him. He only goes for the head. If he doesn't go for the head, he can't do anything else. Proven against Rosenstruck, proven against Waldo, and then proven against Volkov. If he's always trying to go for the head, if he can't get the head and knock off your head, he's just gonna keep going for it until you like fall. Taliesin Teixeira, while he is not good, I do not think he's that good. He is at least tall enough to use his range. If we can hope he can, I think he can definitely knock out Pavlovich, but I don't trust him to at all, if we're being completely honest. So I think from this fight, he's going to go for a decision just because Pavlovich, if he's smart, he'll tire out Pavlovich just by using his range like Volkov did. Do we know if he has that talent in the brain? If he can connect some neurons? Maybe not. But I'm still going for him. Going for Teixeira. Decision. KO is possible. Don't trust him on that. But I feel pretty confident on taking him. Next fight, Ming Yang Zhang versus Alonzo Minifield. I'm taking Ming Yang Zhang by KO round 1. I saw something saying that media day, I don't know when that happened. It had to be today. It had to have been today or yesterday. Something in media day that he is tired and that he doesn't feel like fighting, or he's wearing glasses because he's really tired and he can't sleep properly. Something like that. That's not a good sign. I want to still pick him just because it's Alonzo Menifield, and Alonzo Menifield fights for Fortis. Fortis is not good. If you watch this channel, you will know that. I have always said this for plenty of years now, or I guess like for the duration that I've had this channel. But Ming Yang Zhang has the opportunity to at least KO round 1. We'll see. Knowing that it could go to decision, it could go to KO round 2. Hopefully he sticks to his roots and just tries to finish him. We'll see. Taking Min Yang Zhang for KO round 1. Main event of this card: Song Yadong, or Yadong Song, versus Davis and Figueiredo. As we've already said, it's the main event for Macau. Taking Song Yadong by decision. He is good. Song Yadong is good. He beat Sean O'Malley. Nobody can ever convince me otherwise. Sean O'Malley is not good. But he did beat Song Yadong. Officially, technically, he didn't, in my opinion. But he's going up against Figgy. Figgy's old. He's coming off of that. What was the word? He's coming off of like that one injury that he had against Corey Sandhagen. It's been a year, but when you're 38, I guess 37 at the time, a knee injury is gonna really take you out. And it didn't take him out for that long. He was back 3 months later and fought Montel Jackson, but beat him. Montel Jackson, not the person we thought he was. Umar lost to Umar, understandably so, because Umar just wrestles and that's all he knows how to do. So I'm expecting Song Yadong to put up some good striking. Regardless, I think Song Yadong is future bantamweight contender at least. He's definitely up there. I don't know if he can be Peter Yan. I mean, we've seen him lose to Peter Yan, but like I don't know. I think he can do good. I want to see him fight for a belt in the future. I think he has the opportunity to do so, in my opinion. So yeah, Song Yadong decision. That's what I have. So that's everything I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. It was a lot. It was definitely a lot this week, or not necessarily this week, but it was a lot of to go through real quick. But yeah, aside from that, everything went well. It's been a long 2 weeks, busy. Trying to get this video out, but regardless, Friday night done. Next week we have, I believe it's Bone Fiend versus Bilal. So keep or stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's everything I have for today. Thank you all for watching. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000, and goodbye.